I'd say yes.
I don't know.
Bob, you can grab the microphone first. That one, yep.
All right.
So then he'll start the conversation, and then you guys.
Yeah, it runs away from you.
You need to talk. Just make sure that the microphone is shifted.
Is Mark really not coming back? Here we are, Thursday, 8:38. Jay, Rocco, Mark, somewhere floating around. It's all right. We have the studio packed with guests. You can join us, 624-0870, the text line, 623-0373. We'll get right into it. Bob has the microphone, so let's start. Bob, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you much for letting us be here for this to announce Armed Forces Day event at Harley Davidson of Utica. Celebrate America. I'm chairman of Celebrate America, and we're sponsoring it, but Harley Davidson of Utica is hosting it, and they have one, I think, for the last 5 years.
Yep. And just before your Bob Lott, just
yes,
so
Bob
more than just Bob, Robert Lott.
More than just Bob.
And so you're involved in Celebrate America. We'll talk about what that is another day.
Yes.
But you're involved in a lot of the fairs and organizations and the Republican committee around here.
Right.
With a bunch of other people, and this is an event that many times we've talked about and highlighted on the show here with Harley Davidson, something that they're very happy and proud to do, and we'll hear that from them. So I don't know who wants to kick off the conversation here. If you can shift over the microphone.
Well, if I could just start, it is Saturday, May 17th. Yep. We start at 12 o'clock, and it's going to run until about 2:30 in the afternoon. And
about 2.5 hours. So,
yeah, 2.5 hours. And we do have some special guests that are going to be there this year. I mentioned it to the VFW 4th District at a meeting about a month ago and asked them if they knew of any Armed Forces Day events that were going to be in the area. And only one person raised his hand and says, yeah, well, there's going to be a parade in Watertown. I said, well, guess what? Here we got this. So I started passing flyers around. So here, I'll pass it over to...
So this was... why was this started a couple of years ago? Was it Harley Davidson that started it, or another group?
I really don't know that. I don't have the background on that.
If you don't know, that's fine. But I know it's fairly new. This is something that's been done every year, I believe.
It's been about 5 years now, right?
I think there was an interest out there. Harley Davidson said, sure, perfect fit. Come on down. I think that's how it kind of started.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was really surprised that there wasn't an Armed Forces Day event in the area. And it is different from Memorial Day, where we honor those that have lost their life.
Or Veterans Day.
Or Veterans Day, where people that have served in war. Armed Forces Day is to highlight all of the armed forces, current serving, previous serving, but really
all different branches.
All different branches at the same time.
Including the Space Force, too, as well.
Oh, right? Yeah, we got the Space Force now.
Maybe we can get a ride. But yeah, we can get into some of the details about the event and the who, what, where, why, and when. Right? Let's do it, Bob.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, we are going to have the Whitesboro American Legion is going to do a 21-gun salute. But prior to that, the NJROTC from Notre Dame is going to post the colors, their 21-gun salute, and then we'll have some Dave Olney from Dusty Puppies,
a retired trooper.
Yeah, right. And now
he's up in Boonville. He's the police
chief of the police in Boonville now, and even though their band couldn't play this year, he's going to come down and sing the national anthem.
Oh, good.
We had previously had somebody else scheduled, but she canceled because she had a family obligation in New Jersey. And there's going to be, we only have a couple of guest speakers. John Salka, former Assemblyman, and I believe that Mayor Ernie Talerico is going to speak also.
He's the New York Mills Village Mayor.
Right, exactly. Thank you. But we got the Veterans Outreach Center, Turning Point USA. Recently, they've started some high school chapters in the area. Heritage Action is going to be there. Convention of States. The Armed Forces Career Center, I'll tell you what, I stopped at the recruiting station over on Commercial Drive, and these guys, when I told them about what was going on, and I was going to be at Harley Davidson, well, when I rang the doorbell, I hit the Navy, because nobody answered from the Navy, so I hit the Marine Corps, and Marine Corps come running out and talking with them, and I told them about it. He says, oh yeah, we're all riders. So these guys, so the Armed Forces Career Center is going to have a presence there also. I don't know if they're going to have a recruiting booth or not, but some of them will be there, and they're active duty people.
They're going to ride their bikes down?
I imagine they will.
Oh, hopefully it's not rainy like it's been lately.
Right.
I see that this event is free.
Yes, it
It's
is.
a free event.
Yes, it is.
So what do you see as the purpose of holding this event? And it's obviously not to raise money because it's free admission. So why are you doing this?
Right. Well, it's really, of course, we're promoting Celebrate America also, which is we're going to start focusing on honoring America's past and embracing its future, because I really think that the country has a great future coming forward here. There's a lot of naysayers out there about what's going on in our nation right now, but I see an uptick on some patriotism and that kind of stuff. So, of course, we're going to try and get some people to join our organization, Celebrate America. We're going to focus mostly on public and civil engagement, those kind of things. I'm sorry?
Public
Public and civic engagement.
Public and civic engagement.
Right. There's a lack, a lot of people, they attend town halls and stuff like that, or they are reluctant to do that because they don't know what to expect if they go to a town hall. School boards, seems like there's a little controversy about some school board activities, but the town hall part of it, I think, is seems to be some lack of transparency in some of the town halls, so I think you open up a can of worms here now.
Well, the bottom line is to make people aware and appreciative of the armed forces and Celebrate America.
Right.
And just get out and be proud of and be patriotic about your country and the people that defend it, and recognize it. It doesn't have to be because they gave their lives or because they are retired from the military or served time. There are people that we should remember that are actively out there continuing to provide this defense every single day, and they need to be respected and appreciated and honored as well.
Exactly, and we want to focus on trying to revive a little bit of patriotism, and we need to recognize the armed forces. Former Navy guy, I got to go on board ship and spend med crews of many times that I was away from home and that kind of things. And even though I wasn't in the wartime, I was Vietnam era. I didn't go to Vietnam, but we did float around a lot in the ocean. There was always that possibility that we were going to go over there. And so we had, armed forces needs, I think they need some more recognition, and there should be some more patriotism.
And
So you were in the Navy?
Yes, sir.
In the Navy? How long?
18 and a half years. I'm service-connected disabled. I was a yeoman chief petty officer. I've served on board a ship at an aircraft squadron as a legal clerk. From there, I went to the Pentagon, spent a few years in the Pentagon. Got to work with the Saudi Naval Support Program, so I got to travel to Saudi Arabia a few times. And then I spent 3 years in Korea. From Korea, I got promoted to chief petty officer while I was in Korea. I latched on to Admiral Pendley's staff and transferred with him to Hawaii. I was a chief petty officer, and I was stationed in Hawaii. I could care less what happened after that. That was
Pretty good life to you.
That's right, yeah.
So when were you discharged?
August of '91.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you said you were in during the Vietnam era, but obviously by the time you were discharged, that, I will say, contention about the war had subsided to some extent.
Yeah.
When you were discharged, did you feel any negative reaction to the people in the community? Because I know that Vietnam War veterans who came back after the 3 years were spit at, and they felt like they were being blamed for war. Nobody wanted I shouldn't say no, but a lot of people were opposed to the war, and they blamed these veterans who really didn't have anything to do with it.
Right.
Victims.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't really feel any of that, but you could see that there was a lot of, I'm going to say disdain, if you will, for military
Even in
people.
1991?
Well, no, not in 1991. I really think, because that was the end of Reagan's era around that time. Well, Clinton was in office at that time, but there was still a lot of patriotism towards, but I'm going to give you a quick example. I was in the Pentagon when Jimmy Carter was in office, and the morale was really bad. Of course, we know about the economy that was happening then, but when Reagan came in office, it was like the morale just went right through the roof. So there was a big difference there, and I think that's where the change happened. Yeah.
And so now we got two folks from Harley Davidson of Utica that are going to be hosting this event that are here with you as well. If you want to introduce both of them, and you can say a little bit about why this is important for Harley Davidson to be hosting this. And,
Yeah. Well, Cory Ravera is your marketing and that kind of stuff, merchandising and that kind of thing. And Max is
General manager.
General manager. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll start with
and
Cory.
Max, what's your last name?
Carbone.
Carbone, Max Carbone.
Yep.
You-
Why it's important, in Harley Davidson is kind of one of the most American companies there is, right? And riding a motorcycle in itself is a celebration of life, and that connection between, patriotism, American-made products, and I think Harley Davidson's got a very deep-rooted branding into America, and it kind of is a defining factor, So there's no better event, and there's no better place to hold the event. There's no better event for us to hold. I think it is mutually beneficial, mutually interested. So we're really excited. We do it every year. We love doing it.
Max,
and
it's just
we're
off the
excited.
subject a little bit, but I've been asking everybody this, I'm curious. Are Harley Davidsons manufactured entirely in the U.S.? Do they get parts from other countries? If you know that, because I know that.
I don't think there's any product that's manufactured entirely in the U.S.
Does that include Harley Davidsons as far as?
There's computer stuff, computer components, and small components that might be put together in other places, but the motorcycles are United States manufactured motorcycles. There's parts and components and everything that's American that comes from other places. However, Harley Davidsons are made in America.
Okay. And Max, when I know you were on last year talking about this. So every year that you guys have hosted this, as far as your recollection, what's the public response? Do a lot of people show up? Do you get people driving by that are celebrating as well?
We get a great turnout every year. Yep, a great turnout every year, and you'd be surprised. Like even people driving by, beeping the horns, waving out the window. It's a great day, and it kind of highlights that patriotism. Even people that don't have the chance to stop, you see people going up and down Commercial Drive, waving their hands and cheering us on. So it's a really positive reminder of the patriotism that is in our community.
Is this an all-day event? What time do you start and what time?
I think you said we run from 12 to 2:30.
Yeah.
Is the event, but we open at 9 and we close at 3. We're usually there till 3:34. Come on by whenever you're available. The whole day to us is dedicated to the event. The actual event is 12 to 2:30, but we're there all day.
And you'll have food there as well, and music, as we talked about.
We have vendors that'll be there for food and music.
The vendor that's going to be there is coming up from Morrisville. It's Tube Steaks and catering. Then he said he can handle a couple of hundred people very easily.
Right.
So we want to invite everybody out there. It is a free event. Of course, you're going to pay for food, but we're going to have some patriotic music. We don't have the Dust Puppies playing for us this year, but we will be playing some patriotic music, and there's going to be some good vendors out there with some good information that evokes patriotism.
Right.
So it's really, we want to make sure that everybody comes out and is invited to come out and enjoy this with us.
And Cory, are you new to Harley Davidson?
I've been with Harley for about 8 years,
8
but I've
years?
been with Harley of Utica for about 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you haven't been part of this event before, right?
Not this one, but Harley Davidson's very active in supporting military.
Yep.
And right now happening, there's a Let's Ride Challenge, Ride for the Heroes. And you can come into the dealership anytime, even on Saturday, all the way through October 31st. And if you sign up every mile ridden, they're donating money to the military.
Who donates the money?
Harley Davidson.
Oh.
You said you worked for Harley Davidson before you came here?
Yes, I was at a different dealership.
Oh, at a dealer,
Yeah.
not for.
I've been working under the motor company for years.
Oh, okay.
So Cory, and I know as you mentioned, and throughout the year, I think Harley throughout the years, Harley has continued to support and celebrate America, our vets. But at other dealers, do they do things like this? Have you seen maybe?
They do, just not to really this magnitude. This event is huge, and I've been following this dealership prior to working, and their events are always big.
Yeah.
They go big, and it's awesome to be a part of it this year. And this is going to be the first event that I will be at to experience, and it's a big one.
Yeah.
One thing I wanna-
and as Max mentioned, not only this one, but I know you've participated in similar events or events that again continue to highlight America and support our veterans. And you've done this in the past and continue to do it again. So it's really neat. You have great exposure. The location right there is perfect for something like this. So kudos, man.
One thing I want to mention really quick while we were on it is touching on that Ride for Heroes ride. It's very substantial, the amount of donations that Harley's doing. It's $1 a mile. So between all of our customers, all of our local riders, to put thousands and thousands of miles together on your motorcycles and log your odometer, it's huge donations from Harley.
So how does that work? So someone comes in, signs up.
Yep, you come
then
in, sign
check
up.
the odometer and you write it down.
Yeah, you come in, sign up, and you give me. I take a picture of your VIN number. I put your VIN number into the app, and then I log your miles to start. And then, as however often you like, you stop in the dealership, and I will come see me or Cory, and we will be able to log your miles and update that as you go throughout the year up to October. Like I said, you log, average 3,000 miles a year maybe, but 3,000 with 50 people, that's a lot of money going to a great cause.
It is.
Yeah.
It's $1 a mile?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
a big
So the
program.
rider, the only, I guess, inconvenience to the rider is to come in and sign up.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
inconvenience. Come see
You
us.
just drive
Come
anywhere
see
you want
us.
to drive?
And we have lots
Yeah.
of prizes every time you come in and log your miles. We have stuff to give you.
Really?
Yeah, every 1,000 miles, there's certain benchmark gifts that you get through us, but from the motor company.
So you come in after you got 1,000 miles on your odometer, come in, you
However
look at
often
it,
you want, yeah, but
maximize the chance of winning a prize.
correct, yeah.
You come in, come in
Pays to
1,000
ride,
miles,
Max.
Pays
Yes.
to
then you
ride.
say you got
Yeah,
1,000
ride
from
for a
last
cause.
time, then you can eligible for a prize, then you start again, and you're generating money for the military. And where's the money go? You said it goes
There's
to-
6 different charities,
Are
and you can
these
find them at
veterans
Harley
organizations?
Davidson. Yes.
They're not, it's not the active military, it's the organizations for.
Yes, there's
like,
6
veterans
different
or-
organizations that are all veteran related.
No.
Throughout the
And-
country.
Yep.
And how many, I don't know if you have a rough idea on how many people in your store have been signing up and doing this?
Right
here?
now, we've got north of 20 participants. We just kind of started. The program started about a month ago, probably. And we kind of got it rolling with the weather. It's
Yeah,
just been
yeah.
tough. We don't have
Much right.
too many miles logged yet because we've only had a week or
Right.
two of rideable weather, and I don't think anybody's
Maybe
got
2
their.
days.
Who says, Max?
I don't think anybody's got their 1,000 miles on yet, but there's dealerships in the southern part of New York where it's a little bit more rideable and their season starts earlier. And even 2 weeks ago, there was a dealership that had 9,000 miles logged already, and that's $9,000 going to those organizations. So it's very impressive, and it's not even riding season.
Yeah, not
And
even
I
June,
assume
no.
you have to be riding a Harley, right? You have to have. You can't
I believe
ride
I believe you do have to be on a Harley Davidson. Yeah.
to be eligible
Yes.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
We do have rain gear for all those people that are very committed to getting those miles.
I do like it. All right. So again, I just want to make sure that we have all the information for this event. Anyone can come out and celebrate this, right?
Yes.
That's the idea. So again, just give us all the information of what we need to know, when it is, where it is, and who can come, what's involved. Anyone of you, the three of you, go
Armed
ahead.
Forces Day.
Yeah, there you go.
I just want to make sure everybody knows this is really going to be awesome because we got people from the American Legion that are going to be there, people from the Veterans of Foreign Wars. We've got some active duty members that are going to be there, and the NJROTC, future leaders in the military.
Cool.
They're going to be there also. So come on out and support our patriots. Come out and support our armed force members. Come out and support the people that are going to be future leaders in the military.
And again, it's Saturday, May 17th, in a few weeks. Is it not less than 2 weeks, right?
A week from tomorrow,
Yeah.
a week from Saturday.
A week from this Saturday, okay. Saturday, May 17th, 12 p.m. to about 2:30 p.m., and that's the Harley Davidson of Utica, right there on Commercial Drive in New York Mills, correct? You're
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I guess, maybe by May 17th, it'll be it'll be a little drier, a little nicer out there. You may be a bit eager to get out there and put some miles on, right, Max? Hopefully that's the case.
We hope so. We definitely hope so. We're on my bike.
Yes. So we'll put all the information up there. Again, Bob, Cory, Max, thanks for providing us the information, providing this opportunity for the community so they can get out and they can support. And they can maybe meet, as Bob mentioned, meet some of the folks, have a good time, entertainment, food, giveaways, things of that nature, all taking place and all for a good cause. Armed Forces Day, again, Saturday, May 17th, 12 to 2:30. Stop on down there, right on Commercial Drive, Harley Davidson of Utica. We'll put the links up there.
And you can also sign up either today, tomorrow, or wait to the event. Go there, bring your motorcycle there and sign up for the Ride for Heroes. $1 donated for every mile on your bike, right?
Yes.
Yeah, go see Max.
Is that through October? Or
Through October 31st.
Through October 31st. All right, so get cracking.
I like it. Yeah, I'm sure folks are eager to get out there and ride, so you're not going to have to twist their arm too much. But yeah, sign up and help celebrate Armed Forces Day as well, coming up next Saturday. Stick with us. We'll take our break. Talk 100.7 FM.
Appreciate the time.
Awesome.
Let me just miss talking.
It's $1 a mile.
That's great.
Yeah, that all comes just from your location, or is the
It's
corporate
nation.
everywhere?
It's all, so every dealership.
Huge amount of money.
No, is your store gonna have to come up with that money, or do you just give your miles to the?
No, it's all through an app, so they're able to see everything from each dealership.
Oh, okay.
It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, before they just had a clothing line. It was the Wounded Warrior Project, and they donated money from every purchase of the clothing. And that kind of died down, so they've just been picking it up to do a lot more for military.
Is this the first year they've done this?
Yes.
I got $1 a mile for walking from the East Coast to the West Coast of Korea. 165 miles, 5 days. There's 35 miles a day. Believe me.
You get $165?
Well, I had a couple
Were you
of
monitoring
donations.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It was a long walk, let me tell you.
It's a great view of everybody.
I haven't gotten any notification from Motor Company. I mean, I don't think it's gonna. I doubt that Harley Davidson is gonna let that affect their pricing. I think that they're gonna keep the. Being an American and so proudly an American motorcycle manufacturer, I don't think the amount of parts that are on these bikes coming from overseas is gonna affect them enough margin-wise.